Bryan Danielson, well, it's amazing what he is. I mean, this is going to be his last year, he says, and he's not holding anything back, is he?
I don't think so. And you know what was sort of shocking to me? It sort of jumped off the page. I think we heard in an interview with good old JR
Mm-hmm.
that Bryan Danielson thinks he may have to have neck surgery like by the end of the year.
Right.
And he's been playing that pretty close to the vest. So all the whispers and discussion about is this going to be his last year as a full-time wrestler or not? Man, that really brought a little bit of, I don't know, it was a sobering statement. Wait, another neck injury?
Mm-hmm.
That's whenever you have to have surgery on your neck, it's usually not something where you're just back at work the next week. I mean, that's a pretty serious deal in professional wrestling.
Damn right. I was, and of course, I'm a slug, not an athlete, but I had through the years, and we're talking about in the '80s, um, I had these electrical shocks kept. I would play basketball at the Y, and these electrical shocks would go down my arm when I would shoot. And I was thinking, man, there's something wrong. So I went and I got an MRI, and the MRI showed how bad my neck was. And when the doctor saw it, he immediately put me in a hard brace to wear around all day. And he said, I'm putting you in the hard brace because if you have a blow in the back of your head or if you are in a car accident or something, he said, you're going to be paralyzed the rest of your life from the neck down. And when I think about that, me just being a slug, and I think about this great athlete who has taken all these bumps and all these bad things have happened to his neck. I just, I'm really am worried about Bryan Danielson every time he goes out and wrestles, because he doesn't hold back at all. So that's my concern about that. But I think he'll be okay. I think he knows what he's doing, and I mean, we always say that, right? Uh, it's just another. It's just another thing that these guys and girls risk their bodies so much, and that's why I shook Jeff Jarrett's hand and said what I said. I mean, I really do appreciate this. Wrestling has become. I mean, there's some people out there who say, "Oh, it's a stunt show now," and there's a lot of stunts that are done. I get that, but they just put their bodies on the line and do things that are sometimes inhuman. Case in point is Darby Allin and the match that he had on Rampage on Friday against the Butcher. My God. I mean, my God. And I talked to him. I talked to him on Saturday when we were flying to Dallas. He had that match against with Hologram at Collision, and I said, "Are you okay?" He went, "Yeah, I'm great. I'm fine." He said, "I just wanted to really push the envelope for Rampage because a lot of times Rampage doesn't get those matches." And I thought, man, what a pro. What a freaking pro.
Yeah.
Uh, so, but still, these injuries always concern me and everything. And uh, I just, I appreciate the kids. I do. I really, really do. And seeing them perform makes me glad I got back in the business. Being able to call a Bryan Danielson match and a Jeff Jarrett match makes me glad I got back in the business.
Well, we're glad you're back in the business too, and we know you're going to be back in business later tonight as folks are listening to this, as that dirty, evil, rotten hangman Adam Page is going to be taking on Jay Lethal. I, for one, am looking forward to Jay getting some comeuppance on behalf of Jeff Jarrett. I don't know if you've heard, we talked about it last week, that our pal across the pond, Tom Campbell, had a little song put together that was sweeping the nation.
Is he our pal? Is he our pal?
Yeah, well, I mean, he's Jeff Jarrett's best friend. That's well
Oh, he
documented.
is?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, I'm trying to work my way up the ladder, the friendship ladder with Jeff. I'm not quite to Tom's level, but Jeff's got a lot of friends. A lot of people, are credit Jeff with helping them get their start and finding success in professional wrestling. Jay Lethal and Sanjay Dutt amongst them. I'm sure AJ Styles would have some complimentary things to say, and on and on and on. There's so many folks that Jeff has helped behind the scenes, but maybe nobody has gone on to greater success that Jeff got started with their first gig and all that stuff than old Tay-Tay. Taylor Swift is doing a 6-night run at Wembley. Yeah, that same stadium where we're going to be watching All In here shortly. She's the warm-up act for Double J. It's important to her to. Why are you laughing?
Taylor Swift, the warm-up act for Double J.
She told Jeff that she said after 6 shows, I hope I'll have at least one that made you proud. So, yeah, the least she could do to pay homage to, her mentor, the person who taught her how to play guitar, is go ahead and cover Tom Campbell's song. And she hasn't gotten in the studio to record it yet. She recorded it on her iPhone, but she's the biggest star in the world, Tony. So I thought we should at least play that here on the program. And I think Dave Silva has it queued up for us.
Hey, Tori Khan, you coward. Book Jared versus Hangman Page. Hey, Tony Khan, you coward. Make Wembley Stadium mistake. Jeff been shown such disrespect. Over the line, that ain't just cowboy step. Tom Campbell's best friend must make things right. Then Wembley Stadium on a Sunday night. Yeah, the all-in crowd all breathless with a great British guitar necklace. Hey, Tony Khan, you coward. Book Jared versus Hangman Page. Hey, Tony Khan, you coward. Book Jared versus Hangman Page.
Shout out to Tay-Tay coming through in the clutch for the man who got her start. Old Double J, Jeff Jarrett. Tony, you're an office stooge. That's well documented. Do you think that coward Tony Khan is actually going to book Hangman Adam Page versus Jeff Jarrett? Will he, as Batista would say, give us what we want, Tony?
I would like to think he would.
I hope so.
I don't know. I've ceased to try to guess what's going to be booked. I just don't know sometimes. I'm not a part of the creative team. I could be if I wanted to, but there's a lot of people on the creative team now. So I kind of stay away from it. We've got good people on the creative team.
Oh, of course.
That help him out. So it seems to me, doesn't it seem to me that that's what it's kind of pointing to?
I mean,
Hangman's not on the show yet. It's not been booked on the show. Jarrett's not been booked on the show. It seems like they're doing an angle. So yeah, sure, let's do it.
There you go. Hey, we got an AEW stooge to co-sign it. Let's get everybody talking about this new. Hey, Tony Khan, you coward! Jarrett versus Hangman Adam Page at Wembley Stadium.
Uh-huh.
Tickets are on sale now. And of course, if you want to see a domestic show, that's AEWTIX.com. But we're not allowed to say that about All In. If you want to go to Wembley, you got to go to livenation.co.uk.